area, but some areas got close to a foot. And the opening tip is controlled by the Thundering Herd. So we look at their starting lineup, brought to you by Cox Business. Duzane Mingo, also Michael Dawson, Abida Enichila-Killen, Nate Martin, and Jalen Spear, the starting five for the Thundering Herd. And there's a three from Spear that's in and out. Ball's tipped out by Enichila-Killen. Jr., who is the team's leading scorer, along with Sean Duro-Gordon, Jaden Johnson, the freshman point guard, R.J. Blakney, the fifth-year senior, and Cal Swanton-Roger, the big fella from Canada, who, of course, came here via the University of Maryland.
You know, what's really interesting, you look at the matchups here, and you see who's guarding who in size-wise, where the advantages are.
Shot off the mark from Duro-Gordon.
You see who's guarding who in size-wise, where the advantages are.
Shot off the mark from Duro-Gordon, pulls an early three, and both teams missing their first attempts from three. Around the screen, then Martin gets the bouncer taken away, so a turnover. Around the screen, then Martin gets the bouncer taken away, so a turnover by the Thundering Herd pushed ahead. Duro-Gordon, now he's going to back it out. Cross-court pass to Blakney, who feeds Cal Swanton-Roger, the big fella, down low, but almost too far. Another look for Duro-Gordon from three. This one goes in and out. Rebounded by Mingo. Another look for Duro-Gordon from three. This one goes in and out. Rebounded by Mingo.
Important case. Swanton-Rogers has a 6'6" guy guarding him. Swanton-Rogers, 7 foot. OldDominion tried to go to him very early in that set, but didn't get anything out of it.
And there's a reach-in foul on the 20 on the clock for the Thundering Herd. Martin gets it over to Dawson. Dawson around the screen. He's going to pull for a two, and that's going to go. So first points of the...
Marshall's not a big-time shooting threes. That's not what they necessarily look for. They look for the mid-range shot.
There's Swanton-Roger with an easy two. Good Swanton-Roger with an easy two. Good look from Robert Davis Jr. to find the big man for the throwdown.
On time.
Mingo dishes it into Martin. Martin's going to back down the smaller Johnson, and there's going to be a foul.
Swanton-Rogers early to get those fouls. You almost want Johnson to get that one because he's very savvy defensively.
Yeah, you've seen Swanton-Roger getting some foul trouble early in games. And that there. So both teams off to a little bit of an icy start in terms of offense. Robert Davis Jr. going to throw the lob. No, a little too much, and we're going to get a whistle.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
Robert Davis thought about it, now he pulls it, and off the mark on the two. Robert Davis thought about it, now he pulls it, and off the mark on the two. Here comes Spear. He'll attack downhill sometimes. Thought about the three. Now a little skip pass inside to Martin. Sends over to Mingo, who drives off the window, misses. Sends over to Mingo, who drives off the window, misses. And now pushing it ahead, Robert Davis Jr. for the OldDominion offense. Swanton-Roger getting in too deep there, couldn't finish.
He didn't really do a good job of gathering his feet. He was kind of off balance. And I can understand him not wanting to bring it down and put it on the floor, but he still had opportunity to gather himself.
And Enichila-Killen with his first shot, and it goes. I was about to say, we haven't seen the big man who we said was the one to watch. He finally gets a look.
OldDominion decided to go with R.J. Blakney on as 6'6" player, more of a wing player.
It's going to be an interesting matchup to watch, especially with Martin out there. There's R.J. Blakney for two.
But R.J. has to lock in. At times, he's been terrific, and then times he just disappears.
Yeah, fifth-year senior, of course, been here 2 years now after transferring from Dayton. Easy two for Martin. See advantage. I see Donovan Raymond over at the table for the Monarchs. It'll be interesting to see who he comes in for. Is it going to be for Cal Swanton-Roger or for Blakney? Duro-Gordon, another look at three, and this one also off the mark. So 0 for 3.
He had an opportunity to even take a dribble to step in, but the pass was there. That's setting some really hard picks out there.
Martin gets it taken away by Johnson.
Setting some really hard picks out there.
Martin gets it taken away by Johnson. Now pushing it ahead, it's Robert Davis Jr. He's going to attack, kicks it out to Johnson. Johnson now drives, gets his shot blocked by Anna Killen, and back, kicks it out to Johnson. Johnson now drives, gets his shot blocked by Anna Killen, and he'll do that to you. Coming the other way for three is Speed.
On the fast break, Scott. I mean, he pulled up, no hesitation. It was a break, and he shot a three-pointer.
Anna Killen came into the game as fourth in the nation in block shots. He's got 78 on the year now. Johnson goes under his man, pulls up for the two, and that's going to be in and out. Monarchs ice cold, so 9 from the floor.
Well, the other part of it is, after they shoot, none of Old Dominion's players are going to the basket to try to get the offensive rebound.
Spear behind the Martin screen. Drives, fade away in the lane, and that goes off the back up. Old Dominion trying to end a drought here. Gordon kicks it out to Johnson, swings it over to Blakney, steps into a three, and that's going to be long. ODU in scoring drought. Mingo up and under, can't finish. Johnson hands it off to Swanton. Roger gets it taken away, but he gets his shot back. Gets it blocked from behind by Martin. And it's going to stay with Old Dominion. They atop that first half and maybe even move up more in the Sun Belt standings before the tournament in a couple weeks.
Well, both teams match up pretty well, size-wise and skill-wise, so it's a matter of execution.
Jackson was the associate head coach as well on the staff last year. And in a tough bucket for Sean.
Down inside. Then he gets that rhythm, and that's that type of player he is.
So that's going to be a turn, apparently. Gordon, again, with his first two of the game, he had started 0 for 3 on three-point attempts. That was his first two-point attempt. And into the game after that timeout came Caden Diggs for the Monarchs and also Donovan Raymond as Cal Swanton Roger takes a seat. And there is a three ball off the back iron and in for Mingo. So Marshall with their largest lead now, 12-6. Davis Jr. with his first look at three. And interesting lineup for Old Dominion, too, without Jaden Johnson on the floor. Billy will watch to see who the point is. Or Caden Diggs, who's just on the floor. Billy will watch to see who the point is. Or Caden Diggs, who's just checked, they can bring it up now. Gives it over to Robert Davis Jr. He's feeling it. He's going to pull up another three, and he knocks that one down. Threes from Robert Davis Jr.
Okay, a nice ball fake to get himself open. The value of a ball fake is so important.
Transfer from UMass is heating up, and now that's a bucket.
He's so tough. They have him listed as 6'8", but he's got really long arms.
Donovan Raymond's two goes in and out. Donovan Raymond's two goes in and out. Now pushing it ahead is Dawson. Back to Dawson from Mingo for two. Good give and go. Go for two. Good give and go for the Thundering Herd, who've now gone on a 4-0 run after the Monarchs had the 6-0 run. Diggs driving, freshman puts it up off the window, doesn't finish. Raymond can't finish. Gordon ticks it up and is fouled. Diggs driving, freshman puts it up off the window, doesn't finish. Raymond can't finish. Gordon ticks it up and is fouled. Diggs driving, freshman puts it up off the window, doesn't finish. Raymond can't finish. Gordon ticks it up and is fouled. After that last time out, at least on the offensive end, but clearly some things to clean up defensively here in the early going.
Well, the observation earlier, as I mentioned, that Old Dominion would take him one shot. Nobody was going after the second, but he tried to kill it. Tried to slam it home versus just catching it, tipping it in under control. So he'll learn that as he has more floor time.
And Duro Gordon. I talked to Zegas has checked in, and Jaden Johnson's back in the game as well as Cal Swanton Roger. So Monarchs cut it to 2 with the free throws. Under 11 minutes here in this opening half. Thundering Herd shooting 58%. Mingo pump fakes. Now he kicks it out. Dawson gets the ball back. 7 on the clock, pulls the 3, and that's good from Dawson. It's come from 3. He drills that one.
Well, the defender got caught underneath the screen rather than getting on top. And you college basketball, if you get caught underneath the screen a lot of times.
Swan Roger just throws it away.
A couple of times.
Swan Roger just throws it away. Coming the other way. Mingo, look out. Throws it down for 2, then run. They made their last 3 field goals.
Yeah, but that turnover was incredible that Swanton Rogers would just give up on that one.
Zegas pump fakes, now drives. Cross-court pass to the open Diggs. Diggs now drives, throws it down. Caden.
Not coming. He got the lane.
Yeah, Mike Jones says Caden Diggs is getting more and more confidence now with the extended playing time. And he's been trending in the right direction. That was a big play there for the Monarchs. Spear spinning, loses it, but Martin picks it up. Now Mingo going left, driving, off the glass. Oh, in and out. Couldn't finish. Davis pulls up for 3, gets fouled, and the shot's not going to go.
Once he left his feet, he felt like he was going to get fouled.
And Davis, who 4th nationally as well, so knocks that one down. Second one good as well. Davis with a chance to cut it to
3-point night, hitting his free throws.
And Davis now has 9, 3 from and it's a 2-point game, so Monarchs just like that back in it after Marshall had got a little separation. Martin with Diggs on him. Over to Dawson. Dawson off the screen. Step back 3 in the corner is going to be off the mark. Popcorn around, and Martin gets the offensive board for the Thundering Herd, and he's going to go back up off the window for 2. On him. Over to Dawson. Dawson off the screen. Step back 3 in the corner is going to be off the mark. Popcorn around, and Martin gets the offensive board for the Thundering Herd, and he's going to go back up off the window for 2. Back up off the window for 2. So Nate Martin, who averages just under 9 rebounds a game, pulls a big one down. Blakney back to Davis with Fricks on him. Caden Diggs going to pull the trigger to 3, and that's going to be off. Caden Diggs going to pull the trigger to 3, and that's going to be off. Martin pump fakes, now drives, attacking Raymond, and that's going to be short. Ball fought for, though. Fricks tips it back to Martin. Good hustle by Martin. Pump fakes, now drives, attacking Raymond, and that's going to be short. Ball fought for, though. Fricks tips it back to Martin. Good hustle by Martin. Pump fakes, now drives, attacking Raymond, and that's going to be short. Ball fought for, though. Fricks tips it back to Martin. Good hustle by the Thundering Herd. Get a second chance here.
Yeah, that was just a rebound the Monarchs didn't want.
Ball stripped away there now.
There
Raymond wants that ball, and he gets on the floor. And 23-19. Scott Jackson and Billy Mann here with you. Thanks for joining us tonight. You couldn't get out to Chartway because of the roads, we understand. Thanks for joining us here on ESPN+. Sean Duro-Gordon, 2-pointer on the lane, no good. Tipped away and picked up by Sean Duro-Gordon, 2-pointer on the lane, no good. Tipped away and picked up by Dawson. Michael Dawson.
Simply put, OldDominion's got to pass the ball more. They need to move the ball. They only have 4 assists to Marshall's 7.
Dawson three is deep, rebounded by Donovan. Jaden Johnson driving and gets some contact there. So it's Davis Jr., Durgordon, Swanton, Roger Johnson, and Blakney for Old Dominion. The starting five back out of the floor. Turnover by ODU. Jazane Mingo thought about going left side. He hands it off to Kai Spears. Mingo now gets to his right, up and under, shot blocked. They can say goaltend is.
Odd screens at the top of the key. And they make you have to make a decision. Are you going to switch it? Or are you going to have your big guy hedge it? But they put the pressure on you.
Durgordon with Gibbs on him, gets it up, shots blocked, and a chilly kill. And
pressure on you.
Durgordon with Gibbs on him, gets it up, shots blocked, and a chilly kill, and pulled down the rebound.
Looked like a lot of contact there. But that's been typical of Sun Belt basketball. They let you play.
Mingo with Johnson on him through the screen of Martin. Martin's going to fake a three. Thought about it. Mingo's going to have to put it up late in the shot clock, and it's going to be a shot clock violation. It doesn't hit the rim.
I think he could. He tried to pump fake, even leaned into the defender, but Old Dominion wouldn't bite.
Yeah, Mingo, who is a transfer from a college in Ontario, Mingo, who is a transfer from a college in Ontario, has really been good for this Marshall team this year, averaging 11.5 points to go along with 5 rebounds. Martin up and off the window for 2.
Davis Jr. tried to make a home run pass to Swanton Rogers, which wasn't a bad pass. It just wasn't needed at that time. R.J. Blakney that time started right, went over to his left, which is.
And Robert Davis Jr. is going to take a seat as Caden Diggs comes back in for Old Dominion. And Blakney cannot convert the second.
Simply now that there's 16 points a game is on the bench.
And Achille Killam with Swanton Roger on him. He's going to back him down. Pumps, fade away, nothing but net. He is.
A couple dribbles, gives you the shoulder, gets you off your balance, and then pulls up.
So Marshall with their largest lead of 9 now, 29-20. Swan Roger trying to post up on it. NHL Killen and Blakney just. Swan Roger trying to post up on it. NHL Killen and Blakney just tried to get it off the window. Not even close. Thrown ahead to Gibbs. Now NHL Killen kicks it out. There's Mingo for 3, and that's going to go.
What piqued my interest about Marshall was the fact when you look at their player stats, they have about 3 main guys that score double figures, and that just says any one of them are capable.
Well, they're starting 5, all but one of them averages double figures, and the guy that doesn't is Nate Martin, and he averages 9.8 points a game, so he's close to double figures as you can get. There's almost a turnover by ODU, but Davis is able to track it down. He's got to hurry, though. There's only 6 on the clock, 5. And he's driving up and under. No, can't finish, and last touch by Marshall. Jaden Johnson throws the lob to looking for Swanton Roger, but he threw it behind it. That's not gonna work. So Old Dominion in all kind of a rut right now offensively. And Achille Killen, he don't miss from there, does he? His largest lead of 14.
And now 6'1", Johnson, he's a stud. He's strong. So he's going to make a big shoot that turnaround shot. It's not that easy.
Well, that's in Achille Killen's go-to. Caden Diggs back to Swanton Roger. There's only 6 on the clock. ODU's got to hurry. Davis gets it off in time and good.
I thought he got hit. down here on that one.
So Robert Davis Jr. now with 12. Cuts it to an 11-point game. Boy, Mingo, when he wants to do so, Mingo, he's now in double digits with 10 to go along with his 5 rebounds.
He drives hard with his left, and then he hits you with the inside with the right hand.
Davis Jr., another 3. This one's off. Old Dominion unable to secure the rebound. Here comes Davis Jr., another 3. This one's off. Old Dominion unable to secure the rebound. Here comes Thundering Herd way ahead. Martin's by himself, and he's going to miss the layup, and then he and Anna Chili Killen run into each other. Thundering Herd way ahead. Martin's by himself, and he's going to miss the layup, and then he and Anna Chili Killen run into each other. That was on Swanton Rogers, so now he's got 2 for the Monarchs. And Anna Chili Killen getting the post again. He is unstoppable. Good recognition by the Thundering Herd offense. And Anna Chili Killen now has 10. Duro Gordon up and 1.
What's very interesting, there was a play that happened 6 minutes ago, 8 minutes ago. The officials were looking at a possible goaltend.
Well, they just confirmed that it was a goaltend on Swanton Roger earlier.
Yeah,
I think it causes some major problems, especially if you were to overturn it, right? Then it changes sometimes the flow of a game. I mean, luckily we're early enough, it really didn't matter.
We'll review something like that.
Yeah, what they don't want to do is they don't want to become football where they're stopping play. But I just don't know how, when you're multiple possessions past the play, hey, you can go back. It doesn't add up to me as making a lot of sense. But, you know, we'll see if it is here to stay or not. Robert Davis Jr. loses the ball, gets it into Duro Gordon. Duro Gordon fighting for it, can't get anything off. Here comes the ball, gets it into Duro Gordon. Duro Gordon fighting for it, can't get anything off. Here comes Chili Killen. He can handle the ball, too. Mingo back to Martin. Martin instead drives into traffic and gets fouled. Robert Davis Jr. gets hit with the foul.
Did I miss? I mean, where did he foul him? I mean, based upon what they have been.
The first with 37.9 to go in this opening half. Marshall has led by as many as 14 and now by 13. I think defense will be a topic of conversation in the Old Dominion locker room. Meanwhile, Old Dominion shooting under 30%. Johnson with a good look there and misses, and didn't look like much, did it?
No.
So Jaden Johnson, a 72% free throw shooter, misses the first.
When you're shooting 63%, makes a difference. I mean, you don't have to rebound the basketball, especially when you're scoring at that higher percentage.
Oh, boy. 2 make the last shot of this half to extend this 13-point lead. Just everything going wrong for the Monarchs here at the latter part of this half. The wheels are coming off. So Mingo dribble the clock down, get the screen. Martin now, nice bounce pass, and there's a late whistle, and that's going to be a...
And I guess the whole point that Mike is saying, what happens on this end has to happen on the other end as well. And I thought it was a foul.
So Gibbs 80% for the free throw line, hits them both. 3-pointer at the buzzer and off the mark. So
and he was so many great intangibles.
Right. Most communicative player defensively for them too. And you've seen a lot of breakdowns defensively, but they've got to play on with what they have and see if they can chip away at this game. I mean, Marshall will give you chances. They'll give you some openings here. There's the lob pass to Chili Killen. Knight with 12.
He's the player you got to keep a body on him.
Blakney had a look at 3, pump fakes, and he takes it inside. Now he goes up and under for 2. Well played by under for 2. Well played by RJ. He thought he got fouled. He's asking the official what happened there.
He did get hit.
When he got the big man off his feet, got under him. So it's a 15-point lead still, making a 17-point lead.
As I said, if you don't keep a body connected to him, he's pretty tough.
Duro Gordon spinning off the window for two. Stops and cool off this red-hot Marshall team that's shooting 65% right now.
That's exactly right, because I don't remember. They've scored their first two possessions down the floor. It's at 3 possessions.
Dawson for three, and that's going to be off. Run down by Swanton Roger. OldDominion with a chance to chip away a little bit. Robert Davis gets it poked from behind. There'll be a reach.
Marshall will foul, but you have to take care of the basketball. You have to go strong, and you have to make the pass crisp.
Tough shot for Johnson, and he's going to go to the line for two. 0 for 2 tonight. Came into the game at 72% of the season. Freshman misses again. It's been steady. But the line's actually been really good in conference play. And this second offering is good. So splits the 5-31. Thundering Herd on top.
It's like OldDominion going to a 2-3. They started out in a 2-3.
Mingo picked up his dribble earlier, but Dawson helps him out. Now 12 on the clock. And they're going to call a foul on Jaden Johnson. 20 seconds on the shot clock now for Marshall. Turnaround for Martin, in and out. Rebound by Johnson in the crowd. Turnaround for Martin, in and out. Rebound by Johnson in the crowd. Davis pulls up and gets a foul. Own team. And now you're seeing some of that rack up here in the early part of this second half, excuse me.
But if they're going to be aggressive and continue to take the basketball to the basket, they seem to have a little more success.
Yeah, in terms of teams nationally, they're 339th are the Thundering Herd in terms of fouling per game. Just under 20 a game. So OldDominion getting into the scout now here in the second half. The early part of it is they get another stop, chance to cut it to 10 or maybe even single digits with a three. Johnson knocks it down.
Need another stop. That was a foul there.
Mingo throws it away. Duro Gordon has.
Need another stop. That was a foul there.
Mingo throws it away. Duro Gordon has it. Whipped it ahead to Davis. Back to Duro Gordon, who misses it, but cleaned up by Blakney. And whipped it ahead to Davis. Back to Duro Gordon, who misses it, but cleaned up by Blakney. And this crowd is now starting to wake up here as well as we get a timeout from the Thundering Herd. Action of Billy Mann here with the OldDominion was down by as many as 17, but have cut it to an 8-point game with 16:30 to go here in regulation. Now trapped here by the Monarchs. Get it away.
Good defensive call by OldDominion that time.
Out of the Marshall timeout, trying to get a bucket. They are on a 2.5+ minute scoring drought, and now that's going to be a foul on there. So OldDominion with a chance to really cut into this deficit here on this possession. They've come out 4 of 5 to start the half after shooting just 29% in the opening half. And suddenly the Thundering Herd are the ones that are comfortable. Johnson trying to make something happen. Gets it out to Blakney. Gets his man up and under, and he'll get fouled. Actually number 4 in the country, and he's added 2 more this evening.
A really good player. What's amazing about that, as good a player he is, the way he plays, he doesn't have any free throw.
For the Monarchs, R.J. Blakney unable to take advantage of getting the line as he misses his first. ODU was down by as many as 17, and now they've cut it to 17, and now they've cut it to a 7-point game with 15:49 to go. ODU now in a 10-0 run, while Marshall has not scored in the last 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Mingo with a baseline cut off from him by Jaden Johnson. Spear now going to his left. Finds a wide open Martin who flushes it down.
Yeah, and that was just clearly a breakdown. Nice offensive play by Marshall. Missed the big guy that time.
Yeah, that ball is kicked, and they're going to say kicked by Rogers.
I'm sorry, I'm Swanton Rogers is who I was talking about. He dove down the middle of the lane. He was wide open, and Old Dominion couldn't get the ball.
Stole away by the...
Down the middle of the lane, he was wide open, and Old Dominion couldn't get the ball.
Stole away by the Monarchs. Davis for three, wide open look, can't get it to go. They're going to say a push foul on Martin, but Martin, again, just double check it here. Yeah, 3 fouls, so that might be something Old Dominion looks to exploit. Here's Duro Gordon, turning around, getting his man up, gets his shot blocked by Anagilli. Looks to exploit. Here's Duro Gordon, turning around, getting his man up, gets his shot blocked by Anagilli Gillen. So good defense there by the Thundering Herd. Dawson leaves it off for Martin. Back to Dawson now. Spear will reset. And they're going to get a foul.
It's kind of the intent is to make you make contact.
Martin now backing down. Blakney, who pulls the chair out from under him. They're going to get. We'll have Old Dominion in the bonus.
And this is a
wide open look for Anabini Killen, and he can't get it to go.
Hey, basketball is a very difficult. And this is a
wide open look for Anabini Killen, and he can't get it to go.
Hey, basketball is a very difficult. And this is a
wide open look for Anabini Killen, and he can't get it to go.
Hey, basketball is a very difficult game to officiate. So let's go get it twisted.
And Chili Killer throws this one away.
Officials. I mean, it goes both ways. I mean, it's a tough game.
8 on the clock. Spear now going to have to make something happen. Pulls up for 3, and that's in and out. Rebounded by Swanton Roger, who now has it. Going to have to make something happen. Pulls up for 3, and that's in and out. Rebounded by Swanton Roger, who now has it tied up. No, they say play on.
The officials got to get a hold of this one.
Davis drives for 2, and ODU is cut it back to a 7-point game.
And once they get a hold of it, just be consistent.
And that ball is tipped away by the Old Dominion Monarchs, and they keep ODU with a chance to cut into this deficit a little bit more. Robert Davis Jr. deep 3, and that's going to be long. Rebounded by Marshall.
The shot clock. Big guy dives to the middle. I think you pass that one and get it back for a better shot.
Killen's going to shoot the 3 for the corner, and it goes! And Chili Killen hits his first 3 of the night. He's got 17, and Marshall back up to a 10-point advantage.
Scout report says he will take the 3.
Davis drives for 2. There's Robert with a high percentage shot. He's got 18, and it's back to a single-digit deficit. Killen now drives it, throws the lob pass, and up and good from Jacob.
Basketball. I mean, that's all it is. I didn't know he was going to do that. I thought he was going to go for the dunk.
Big man's showing some versatility. Jaden Johnson out in the corner, 3 for R.J. Blakney, and that's going to be off. And it is rebounded by Marshall. Jaden Johnson out in the corner, 3 for R.J. Blakney, and that's going to be off. And it is rebounded by Marshall. Old Dominion players thought the player was out of bounds. ODU bench was up, pointing.
You can tell the intensity's picking up here.
Spear now getting to his left. Wide open look, and it's Chili Kill for 3, and that's going to be off the mark. And we got players hitting it now, getting to his left. Wide open look, and it's Chili Kill for 3, and that's going to be off the mark. And we got players hitting it, confirmed it, and then he was throwing the lob to Gibbs. And the man that we said was the one to watch tonight certainly has been for the Thundering Herd. So out of the timeout, Marshall with the 10-point lead. Spear for 3, and that's going to go. And it's back up to a 13-point lead for the Marshall Thundering Herd.
It's the quick ball movement for Marshall.
Davis gets his shot blocked by and Agili Killen, who's got 3 on the night. Davis gets his shot blocked by Agili Killen, who's got 3 on the night. Now ahead to Killen. Nice pass. Good ball movement. Spear for another 3, and that's not going to go, but the throwdown. Pass. Good ball movement. Spear for another 3, and that's not going to go, but the throwdown. Wyatt Fricks with the big slam. And it's back to 15, so all the hard work Old Dominion did had it down to as few as 7. And Durogordon stops the bleeding.
Right now, Marshall just laying it out there. I mean, they're playing harder. Old Dominion has not been able to answer.
Well, you can see why they're the second best team in this conference. For Marshall, it's Jacob Gibbs inbounding it. He's out there with Agili Killen, also Spear, Dawson, and Fricks on the floor for the Thundering Herd. Killen and 1.
Keep the big up. And so when he rolls, you know his name.
So Marshall, after they saw their lead whittled down to 7, have now put the foot on the gas and are back to a 16-point lead. And they get Spear for holding Robert.
Spear with a 1-and-1.
So 1-and-1 for Davis. Oh, and he misses. Big miss from an 85% Davis. Oh, and he misses. Big miss from an 85% free throw shooter. Those will hurt you. Good ball movement to Dawson for 3, and that's going to be long. Run down by Durogordon for the Monarchs. Good ball movement to Dawson for 3, and that's going to be long. Run down by Durogordon for the Monarchs. Almost fell out of bounds. Pass ahead to Blakney. Blakney attacking up high. Whoa. For 2. RJ with 10 points now.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. You see him sometimes, and you're like, where did that come from? That was incredible.
That was. And way too easy for Dawson getting to his left. Half after getting off to a good start. Marshall shooting just under 60%. Diggs in the lane, can't finish, but thrown down by Swanton Roger. Marshall shooting just under 60%. Diggs in the lane, can't finish, but thrown down by Swanton Roger. Down.
Nice aggressive move by Diggs.
Caden showing tonight that he can put it on the floor and attack on a couple of occasions. He had a big throwdown earlier in traffic. It was a double team. Way too easy.
But in knowing that, when he leaves, somebody automatically has to go to the best player on their team.
Mike Jones really frustrated with his team's defense. Here goes Diggs, can't finish at the rim, rebounded by Durogordon for 2. So Sean Durogordon does what. Mike Jones really frustrated with his team's defense. Here goes Diggs, can't finish at the rim, rebounded by Durogordon for 2. So Sean Durogordon does what. Mike Jones really frustrated with his team's defense. Here goes Diggs, can't finish at the rim, rebounded by Durogordon for 2. So Sean Durogordon does what.
Cut it to what, 6 at one time?
Get him down to 7, yeah. I think, you wonder if that took a lot out of this team. We'll see. This half, he's ridden the starters a little bit longer than in the first half. They've been here a little bit, and now trying to make it worth their while and close this one out. Up by 14 with under 8 to go. Back at Domingo with shot clock down to 10 now. The ball switch, and they get it to Martin, and 1.
And below the circle, he was going to get the raw end of that one.
Martin's playing with 3 fouls as well, and he misses the free throw. That didn't work on that play for Martin. He's got 11, and it's a 16-point game once again. So all the good work Old Dominion did early this half has been erased by Marshall, and that's going to be a flat jumper from Robert Davis in addition to the defensive breakdowns.
Well, what the difference is, as we talked about, when they make a run, the ball was moving. A bunch of other guys were getting involved in the offense. They were getting laid ups.
Gibbs with the seas just parted. Gets it unabated into the bucket and enlarges lead now for Marshall of 18. Davis Jr. over to Hubbard, who's going to pull the trigger, and he knocks it down. Scotty Hubbard, and he knocks it down. Scotty Hubbard off the bench for three. The freshman from Jackson Reed High School in Washington, D.C. Another one of these players who's getting more run now as the season's going on with all the injuries. Mike Jones really likes Hubbard's toughness and the way that he can shoot the ball.
Well, I like his size and the way he moves defensively.
Dawson for three, and that's going to be in and out. Rebound run down by R.J. Blakney.
Defensively.
Dawson for three, and that's going to be in and out. Rebound run down by R.J. Blakney, pushing it ahead. Blakney, he's attacking, and he is fouled. They're going to call.
Extended his arm.
Sure did. So Blakney, who's only a 56% free throw shooter, to the line for two, and he knocks down the first.
But
Blakney,
they don't necessarily make the correct call all the time. But it was a call. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it was fine.
There's a lot of time left in this game.
Yeah, Mike Nance, Trey Steins, and R.J. Johnson, our crew here tonight. Appreciate them beating the weather and getting here as well. Martin just got it off in time to Mingo, who beat the timeline by about a second. Wow, a lot of contact there. They're going to call.
Looking at it, I thought he was a travel.
So 1-1 now for Marshall the rest of the way as well. They're shooting the rest of the way, and that's going to be last touch by Marshall. So OldDominion 60%.
They moved the ball, 19 assists, 20 assists. You know, those are winnable games.
Blakney hangs up and gets the two. He hangs up and gets the two. Cuts it to 11. R.J. Blakney coming alive here in the second half.
That should have been an and one, don't you think?
Well, it was much more contact there than the one that he got called for a minute ago. So 11-point game, 5.5 to go. OldDominion still with time here if they can get stops on top of buckets. And Achille killing with the mismatch now. He's going to back down Diggs. He's going to get to that right hand. No, can't finish. Rebounded by mismatch now. He's going to back down Diggs. He's going to get to that right hand. No, can't finish. Rebounded by Duro Gordon. Now Davis ahead. Pushing it and dribbling it away.
Corner, so you bring it back out, run some offense.
So Jaden Johnson comes in for Caden Diggs. Johnson, Mingo extended the right hand. No call. Just gets it across the timeline in time. Dawson now is going to dribble it out. So OldDominion's pressure helping eat some time off. But again, they need stops in buckets. Dawson getting to the hoop. Reverse layup for two. And was able to get to the baseline. Blakney pump fakes, now drives on Martin and gets the foul. So most of which have been in this half, I think 10 of which have been in this half. Makes the free throw.
I like
point game.
He's been taken to the basket strong. Defensively, made some steals.
This is the second free throw, though. Ball to ground. OldDominion now on top of it.
He's been taken to the basket strong. Defensively, made some steals.
This is the second free throw, though. Ball to ground. OldDominion now on top of it. Georgia Southern last Saturday to get a shot at tying the game at the end, but were unable to get that last bucket. Hubbard for three, and he knocks it down. And Washington, D.C. has had seen increased playing time lately and has made the most of it here tonight once again. And there's Hubbard with the ball after the tip away from Blakney, and a foul lately and has made the most of it here tonight once again. And there's Hubbard with the ball after the tip away from Blakney, and a foul.
Tracking the football, the basketball in that case.
Scotty Hubbard to the free throw line, where he is 67% of the season. We've seen him here tonight. He's got 6 3-pointers on the season. Played in 10 games, had 7 points in 18 minutes in the loss at Georgia Southern. And here tonight, 8 points off the bench, all in the second half. And ODU now has extended their run to 13-2 now. And another turnover from the Monarchs here to cut it. Now with a chance to cut into the deficit a little bit more. Duro Gordon, and we'll go to the line for two.
I'm telling you.
Duro Gordon to the line.
Duro Gordon with 2 shots.
Where he this season is at 80%. Oh, and misses this first.
Got it. Want to set up that defensive pressure.
So do you want a 6-0 run over the last 16 seconds to cut it to the 7-point deficit? Now a 6-point deficit. 7-0 run for ODU. Mingo gets it across to Dawson. Marshall with the lead and the basketball. Under 4 minutes to go here in regulation. Hubbard out on Spear. Spear picks up his dribble, gets it over to Gibbs. Gibbs now is going to attack right at Johnson, who gets called for the foul.
You know, Coach Jones finds some diamonds out there on the bench.
Gibbs, 3% game at this point. And knocks them both down. So Gibbs very smooth. Takes care of business at the line. So it's an 8-point game. Jaden Johnson, R.J. Blakney, Robert Davis Jr. out there, who's going to pull up the 3, and that's going to be long. Scotty Hubbard and Duro Gordon as well for the Monarchs. And that's Jr. out there, who's going to pull up the 3, and that's going to be long. Scotty Hubbard and Duro Gordon as well for the Monarchs, and that's going to be a foul on Hubbard and ball a little bit.
Definitely was quick.
And he hasn't made a 3 in the second half on the bunches, but then he usually gets himself back into a rhythm, but has not been able to do it here in the second half.
His success was driving to the basket.
So the pressure there, the crowd making a little noise, see if the Old Dominion offense can take advantage of it now. Duro Gordon attacking. Gets his man up and can't finish. Gets his own rebound and gets fouled. Sean Duro Gordon. Duro Gordon attacking. Gets his man up and can't finish. Gets his own rebound and gets fouled. Sean Duro Gordon. So 3:12 to go. Duro Gordon to the line for 2. Sean knocks it. Duro Gordon, the team's leading scorer, along with Robert Davis Jr. coming into tonight. Hits them both. So a 5-point basketball game, make that a 6-point basketball game, 72-66. Old Dominion's going to try to turn up the pressure here. Spears gets it, throws it way ahead. He's got a wide open Anna Chili Killen, who gets the throwdown, and just like that, it's back to an 8-point game. Johnson out to Blakney. Blakney now attacking. He gets off the left hand, can't finish, but he's going to the line as Annie Chili Killen gets it. Blakney did a good job to get it body up there between him, but he can't hit the free throw.
But it's when you make the correct call, the other team is surprised.
Blakney misses the first free throw and makes the second. So Z gets in for some defense here as again Old Dominion's going full court pressure. Spear almost walked with it. Instead he throws it over to me. I've got it. Spear turnover. 7-point game.
Quick buckets. Got to move quick.
Jaden Johnson with Spear on him, waiting for the screen. Now gets to his right hand, and Johnson for 2. The freshman delivers 5-point ball game. Marshall able to beat the pressure. Dawson all the way to the bucket, and he gets 2.
No one's hurt him.
He had no hesitation, just in traffic too. Jaden Johnson fade away. That's not going to go. Rebounded by Dawson. Just in traffic too. Jaden Johnson fade away. That's not going to go. Rebounded by Dawson. Old Dominion doesn't have much Wiggle room for misses. Here comes Gibbs, and he loses it on the way up, gets it back, throws it out. Spear loses it. It's on the floor. Scotty Hubbard's got it. Hubbard's trying to call timeout. I think Hubbard's calling timeout. 2 to go in a 7-point lead. Old Dominion, again, needs to stop. Can't really afford to give up any more buckets at this point. Hubbard now on Spear. There's 8 on the clock. Spear gets it to Eddie Chilling-Killen. 5 on the clock. Dawson going to the basket. Loses it on the way up. And it's me, right? Like, this is just, you can't catch and shoot with one. It's a tip play. And that's going to be a violation. So Old Dominion ball with 1 for Chilling-Killen and Spear. So Old Dominion needs a bucket here. Down by 7. Johnson over to Durogordon. Durogordon now with Dawson on him. Gets downhill, loses it for a second. Greg gathers himself and draws the foul with 1:29.
This last 2 minutes has drug out for a long time.
Durogordon drills it. Line. Durogordon's second is off the back iron. Oh, boy. Durogordon's second is off the back iron. Oh, boy. But stolen away by the Monarchs. Durogordon's second is off the back iron. Oh, boy. But stolen away by the Monarchs. Johnson kicks it out to Hubbard. Swings it to Davis. Davis now drives. Up and under, can't finish. Tipped around and rebounded by Dawson. Pushing it now. Drives. Up and under, can't finish. Tipped around and rebounded by Dawson. Pushing it ahead. And the Herd off and running. And Dawson now thinks better, but pulls it out. And Chilling-Killen passes it over to Mingo. Old Dominion, will they play defense here with about 20 left on the shot clock and 1 minute and 9 seconds, or 5 seconds rather, in the game clock. Now we're at a minute. They're just going to try to play defense here, get the stop. And instead, Davis fouls with.
I'd like to see that play again.
Yeah, Spear to the line now where he is 87% of the season. It's been about as automatic as you can get, and he drills it. Oh, that miss was costly for Old Dominion. You caught the break after the missed Durogordon free throw. You really needed to take advantage of that, and now it is a miss. So a 7-point game still. Missed Durogordon free throw. You really needed to take advantage of that, and now it is a miss. So a 7-point game still. They've got to hurry with just 55 to go. Jaden Johnson hands it off to Davis. Davis loses the ball. Johnson now attacking. Up, off the window for the freshman with 40 key moments this season. And here's Marshall trying to beat the pressure. Spear gets it in. He's getting tied up. Taken away by Durogordon. Marshall trying to beat the pressure. Spear gets it in. He's getting tied up. Taken away by Durogordon. Off the window for 2. Slip away. Can they finish? 18-point lead to just 3 now. Old Dominion again with the pressure. Dawson in the corner. And the timeout called by the Cal Swat Roger. Now Dawson get in the corner. He's got it. He's got it across half court. You're going to have to foul. Dawson all the way. No. Throws it away. Oh, and then Old Dominion throws court. You're going to have to foul. Dawson all the way. No. Throws it away. Oh, and then Old Dominion throws it. Dawson all the way. No. Throws it away. Oh, and then Old Dominion throws it. Block shot by R.J. Blakney. Here comes Durham. Throws it away. Oh, and then Old Dominion throws it. Block shot by R.J. Blakney. Here comes Durogordon. A 3-point game. Durogordon gets it knocked away as well. Oh, my goodness. But it's a 3, although you can score a quick 2 here as well. Ball's tipped away. It's loose. And there's going to be a 0.1 to go. That's a long count. Dawson gets it and gets fouled. Swat Roger. Well, he wanted him on the inbounder, though. Yeah. And that's been working. So Dawson, yeah. Get it back. So Swat Roger sits down. And the second one's good. So need a fast bucket here. Doesn't matter if it's a 2 or a 3. He's got to save some time on the other side. Johnson. Deep 3, Davis, way off. Blakney, they say no. Yeah, it definitely hit Blakney. Yeah.
Okay.
Throw ahead. Who's going to get there first? It's going to be Spear, and he'll dribble it out. Nope. Foul by Durogordon. with 3 innings right here in the final days of the regular season.
February is so important, especially the last part of February, just before all these games.
Yeah, and Georgia State, again, one of those teams that Old Dominion's right next to. They're going to need.
Here with 2 shots.